Beverley Minster from the south, from Shepherd Lane. After the heavy rain we've had recently, this pond formed in front of the off Shepherd Lane, and the pond apparently has never been seen for at least for 30 years. A local resident came up and told me about it as I was painting this. Anyway, here we are. I'm just laying out the rough sketch, as it were, with the brush, rough impression, trying to get things balanced and in proportion, in the right place. And the idea of this is to try and capture the pond, which is rarely here, but as I said, due to the excessive rain, is here. And so I'm laying this out, and the Minster will be in the distance. There it is, it's just starting to appear. And this is all done using an iPod Touch on stop motion. The earlier photograph of the scene was also taken with the iPod Touch, which wasn't as good as it could be, I guess, but I just wanted to show you a picture of the scene before I started this, and so here we go. So there's a sort of reddish tint to the sky, which became a bit blue and dark, and massive clouds and formed on the right hand side. And while I was painting this, I noticed some very faint vapour trails from planes, which I sort of put in and added. But the main challenge here was the pond in front of the fence, the broken fence. There were some tussocks of dead grass at the foot of the posts, and it shows the vastness of the East Yorkshire countryside. There are plans to have a bypass around the south of Beverley, and unfortunately some of these views will disappear, and this is one of the reasons why I'm desperate to try and get these down, an impression of these down. So this is very much plein air, painting as we see it, not precise in some respects, not every blade of grass or anything like that, but just an impression. And I move the camera slightly round to the side here, and on reflection I wish I'd kept it where it was, but I didn't think you could see it so well, so I'm working away here. The trees in the distance, which were forming parts of the borders of the fields, showed a remarkable amount of colour when the sun came out. There was obviously some willows in the hedges, and they were sort of quite golden yellow when the sun came out, and there's some reddish bushes as well. So I've tried to capture this with the painting, and I'm quite pleased with it. The Minster in the distance is taking shape now, a very white roof. There's a shadow on the roof from the tower, which I'll add on later on. And so this is the painting emerging hopefully from the scene. You might glimpse one or two people walking by as I was doing this, and I also met a local farmer's wife. I think she was walking a dog, and she told me actually I think her husband had died, but this was the first time she'd ever seen a pond here in well over 30 years, as I'd mentioned earlier, and it just is a testament to how much rain we've had here in East Yorkshire. The water table must be very high because it doesn't seem to be draining away very well. There were lots of little pools at the side of the road which passed in front of me here. I'm just trying to capture these a little bit, and this is a finished picture. Hope you like it. Remember, if you want any help with anything, any painting, any tips, please email me. Any comments about this video would be very welcome. Thanks very much. Happy painting!